Right then, folks, watch carefully because this is a very, very, very important video. Okay, so these are the leads so far. These are the ones then because we've got 5,458. Now, of course, all of these won't be accepted once they go through the verification process, but we've got people from the UK, from Ireland, from the Netherlands, there. And in the other list, we've got France, Belgium, Luxembourg, Switzerland, the French-speaking parts, Monaco, Andorra, Canada, some of the African-speaking states where they speak French, predominantly from France, Outre-mer, from Martinique, Guadeloupe, etc. Right. Okay. So that's that done. Brilliant. Okay. Right. So Right, and so now then what we've got to do is we've got to export these. So we select them all, select on your button in the top left-hand corner, and then you're going to go File, Download, Download as CSV. Okay. Important now to remember because these were the leads that we collected up until the 9th of October. But remember, we had to go through the warm-up process. So the warm-up process has just completed because if you add 9 to 14, so the 14 days that are needed, that's the 23rd. So it's all been planned out. And as you know, then today is a vitally important day in our campaign because this is where we start to put these live. Okay. So now give the file a sensible name. Now, some of the very important points to say in this is industry has to be spelt like that with a capital I, uh, doesn't it? Yes. And then the company name has to be spelt like that. Company underscore name. Okay? Because what we're going to be doing in a few seconds is we're going to be referencing these things because we're going to be trying to match them up with the inbox sending program. Okay? So what I'm doing now here is I'm just taking this, just renaming this. Right, so then here I've got my 2010, 23. AiPat leads, latest leads uh, for uploading. Right. Okay. So now I go over to my inbox navigator. I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger. Right. And then here now we've got to, I'll make the screen bigger again. We've got to import the CSV file. Right then. So click to upload a file or we can drag and drop. Right. So make sure it is a CSV file. CSV file stands for comma separated values. Right, now then, this is the point where we match everything up to everything else. So their first name, their last name is matched to their last name. Email is matched to email. Title is matched to their title. Okay, don't import then. That's from the inbox navigator. Company is matched to company. And then we can add a custom variable. And the custom variable that we will be adding is company keyword website country. Keyword website country. Keyword website country. Okay. Keyword company name. Okay. Keyword. So in other words, what type of coach that they are. Keyword. And that's it. No, we don't need to know it. Okay. No, keyword is enough. Right. So then we've got the keyword, the type of coach that they are. If you look at the file here for a second, we've got their industry, the coaching industry, and the keyword tells us that they're a business coach in da da da, they're a life coach in this, they're a mindset coach in this, they're a property management coach in this city. Okay. All right. So then let's now see then what's going to happen. Now we are going to lose a lot of these people. So we click finish mapping. Right, and then name your list and complete your upload. Okay, so give it a sensible name. I always like to use the date in reverse order. So 2025 for the year, 10 for the month, it's the month of October, 23rd, uh, AiPat underscore leads. Okay, right. So there's no existing leads at the moment. Right, then that's it. We'll automatically ignore leads that have bounced or unsubscribed. Import my leads. Right, so skip existing leads. So there you have to give it some sort of action, even though the database is empty at this moment in time. So now then we have to import. Right, so now it goes through the process. So you see it there. Okay, so many have failed, so many have failed. Right. Okay. So then those ones that failed, they were because invalid emails were found, and then contacts with personal email domains were not supported, were not imported. Okay. So then those are the ones for those ones. Okay. So in other words, the ones that look likely that they're going to be rejected. Okay. Because we want to make sure that this is all going to go through tickety-boo. So then the sequence. This is the part that we have to get much prepared for, because everything that you see, everything previously was in a square bracket. Matthew Arrington. So you put in the name of your business partner, you could put in Elena, you could put in Alan, you could put in Daniel, you could put in somebody else, and then the co-founder of da da da. So you see there, that's in it. Now you do not, please do not touch anything inside the curly brackets. The curly brackets, this is what we had to go through in French. It's very, very important. So in other words, we've got all of the things in place there, and you see then that's the top of the email, this is the bottom of the email. This is a really nice sequence, and it works really, really well. Now then, the schedule, there we're going to put it out there between working hours. So let's say there we can start from, we have to give it the time zone, of course. Where are we? What? So I'm over here in, let's say, Berlin. Right. And then the schedule then that I'll be adhering to. I like to get the people as they're sort of heading to work in the morning, and I like to get the people in as they're coming home. Okay, so let's see what's there. I'm not too sure. Okay, right, and that's it. So then you see then the schedule will work through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And there, let me see. I don't think I can do it then for this one. Because on Saturday I would like to do it for earlier, let's say up until about 2 o'clock. And then Sunday I would also like to do it, but for the countries in the Middle East. So Israel, they're all of the UAE states, etc., because the first working day of their week is Sunday. So quite a busy day for them, but it's not so busy. And then the settings. So there we have to track all of the opens, okay, but not for optimal delivery. So then we leave it like that. Plain text emails, right? So we remove all of the HTML, etc. They're, as I said at the beginning, they're going to be very ugly, but their job is very resolute in its purpose. Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to get the clicks, and then once we get the clicks, then we can inject the AI agents, the superheroes. They're the modified versions of you in your image with your unique message about the blind spots that you're sending. So there's all of the sender emails. I haven't added the ones that are not connected yet. These ones still seem to be having a little tickety-boo. But there, so far I've added about 91. And then as more of these ones warm up and they change from not connected to connected, then I will use them. Okay? Right, and then I'm going to increase their limit there to the, what is it? 995 there per day. Okay. And then after that, launch it. Right. So then ready to go. Yes, ready to go. Launch this campaign. And your emails will be scheduled immediately. Right. There you go. Your campaign schedule is being processed and recalculated. You can now safely leave this page and your campaign will be launched in the background. And then you see what we're going to do is we're going to launch a similar version of this campaign in French, and then after that in Italian, And then we've been working through the same sequence of emails, and in particular paying attention to the spin text, which is inside those curly brackets. So it chooses one of a part of three. Really nice process, but this is the fundamental, this is the cornerstone to all of this becoming successful. Because then you see, if this is successful, then we can go out and we can use this on our LinkedIn's, on our Facebooks, on our Instagrams, etc., etc. We can use this absolutely. And this is where it really all starts to make sense. Huh? Yay. So anyway, email, their sequence complete, and we're on schedule. Today is the 23rd of October, and we have now gone out there, we're doing it there, we're emailing all of those people. And then we wait. And remember, everything comes into the master inbox, the master inbox. So far, you see, that's obviously empty because we haven't done that. This is only like junk, from people there that have been sending stuff back and forth over the 2 weeks. So there, if you can see there, if you see there, just to see that there's no shenanigans going on. See? There, so if you see there, this is all over the 2 weeks. So the email accounts have been warmed up. You can see there people forgot to put in their name and stuff. People, be careful because you really have to get this right. Yeah. So then you have to try to avoid those dreaded autoresponders. Okay. So if you look there, you see now, then we just tried a few ones on that one. But if you look there now, we've been doing this for just over 2 weeks. So if you look at our schedule, there's the schedule. Right, this is our places that we're choosing for Paris. So let me just show you the schedule to show you that we're still on track for everything. Right. So you see, if today is the 23rd to the 24th, which it is. It's the 23rd of October. Please believe me, you can see it in the bottom right-hand corner of my screen. So there's no shenanigans going on. Some people don't actually believe that. So I'll tell you what I'll do is I always like to put in the internet date and times that you can actually see. Okay, because I'm in the Central European time zone, and and you can see that it currently is. Well, in Ukraine anyway, it's 15:54. Here in Poland, it's 14:54. I'm still not showing, where is it? Set home location, Poznan. Yep, save. Okay, accept all. Okay, there you go. It's better. Right, so now I'm no longer in Ukraine. This computer has never been in Ukraine. My laptops have been in Ukraine, but I've been in Ukraine, but this PC hasn't. So I'm not too sure what's happening here. But anyway, 14:54. This is the current date and time. It's on the 23rd of October. So we're absolutely bang on schedule there to hit our objectives. Because remember what our objectives are. Then the email warm-up then will complete. There, this is for you. The email, remember, we're aiming to be a step ahead to show you what's happening. So our email warm-up has completed on this date. Your email warm-up will complete there if there you come along and if you put all of the things in. Remember, we've got the leads, we've got the sequence, it's already been built out. We've decided on the schedule. The schedule has to be as open and as flexible as possible. We've decided on the types of the emails, not to track the open rates, etc. there, but just to get the people to open and everything to come into your version of the master inbox. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. And if you do that, then 1 week after, so in other words, this will happen for me between the 30th and the 31st of October, when I'll introduce the superheroes. So the versions of me, the versions of Patrick, etc. there, to put them into these campaigns and make them uber friendly. Okay? But it really does go to show you there what happens and what's going to happen. Okay? So before we launch these AiPat workshops, and then before we launch the ones in Paris, in France, on the 28th, the 29th, and the 30th of November. Okay, in one of these Regus conference centres. So everything is starting to get a little bit exciting, a little bit exciting. So please watch this video there before the lesson, and then let's hit this. Let's hit this running. But remember, we get these emails there, as you've just seen, they're in for the AiPat. The warm-up has completed, right? So what we're trying to do is we're trying to do exactly the same process for you, okay? But today is the day because Elena wants to run these events on the 15th and the 16th of November, Elena and Roxandra. So to do it on the 15th and 16th of November, then we have to get the superheroes in there. We have to get the email warm-up to complete. So this is the last chance, folks. Last chance, folks, to adhere to this schedule. Okay, thanks all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now. Bye-bye.